Where we are, we're a little after 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central Time. On the left of your screen, you're watching the crowd gathering near the courthouse. We were expecting to hear the verdict in the Derick Chauvin case. We still are. We were expecting to hear it in the last half hour, but we remain with you as the wheels of justice turn toward the verdict in this case. The jury formally deliberating a little over 10 hours before reaching their decision here early afternoon Minneapolis time, and we got the word that between 3:30 and 4 Central Time we would hear a verdict. But no doubt we are drawing close, and that crowd obviously waiting with anticipation and bated breath to know where this case will go. Derick Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer, videotaped in that infamous tape that showed his knee on the neck of George Floyd for 9.5 minutes. The prosecution's case is that he died as a result of that pressure, essentially suffocated, asphyxiated by Derick Chauvin. Let's go to NBC's Gabe Gutierrez. He's outside the courthouse watching the crowds, and that's building a sense of certainly tension out there. Gabe?
Yeah, Lester, this crowd has been growing over the last hour or so, and as you can see behind me, they're gathered here holding up signs, chanting, throwing their support behind George Floyd's family, and watching right in front here of the Hennepin County Government Center. This is the courthouse where the verdict is expected to be read. I'm actually joined, Lester, by Philippe Cunningham. He is a council member in Minneapolis, and I've spoken with you, Philippe, many times since the death of George Floyd. And if you can put this into context for us, for our viewers, how significant is this moment right now?
I mean, this moment is hugely significant, not only here in Minneapolis, but also across the
Gabe,
country.
I hate to interrupt. My apologies to the councilman. The court is back in session. You're looking at Derick Chauvin. They're standing as the jury now is led into the courthouse. Of course, we have not, and we will not see the jury, but all the participants and spectators are standing right now
Please be seated.
They take their seats.
Members of the jury, I understand you have a verdict. Members of the jury, I will now read the verdicts as they will appear in the permanent records of the 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota, County of Hennepin, District Court, 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota Plaintiff versus Derick Michael Chauvin, Defendant. Verdict, Count 1. Court File Number 27, CR 20-12646. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to Count 1, unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April, 2021 at 1:44 p.m. Signed, juror foreperson, juror number 19. Same caption, verdict count 2. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 2, third-degree murder, perpetrating an eminently dangerous act, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April, 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Signed by jury foreperson, juror number 19. Same caption, verdict count 3. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 3, second-degree manslaughter, culpable negligence, creating an unreasonable risk, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April, 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Jury foreperson 019. Members of the jury, I'm now going to ask you individually if these are your true and correct verdicts. Please respond yes or no. Juror number 2, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 9, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 19, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 27, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 44, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 52, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 55, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 79, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 85, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 89, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 91, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 92, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Are these your verdicts, so say you one, so say you all?
Yes.
Yes.
Members of the jury, I find that the verdicts as read reflect the will of the jury and will be filed accordingly. I have to thank you on behalf of the people of the state of Minnesota for not only jury service, but heavy-duty jury service. What I'm going to ask you to do now is to follow the deputy back into your usual room, and I will join you in a few minutes to answer questions and to advise you further. So, all rise for the jury. All right, be seated. With the guilty verdicts returned, we're going to have Blakely, you may file a written argument as to Blakely factors within 1 week. The court will issue findings on the Blakely factors, the factual findings, 1 week after that. We'll order a PSI immediately returnable in 4 weeks. And we will also have a briefing on, after you get the PSI, 6 weeks from now, and then 8 weeks from now, we will have sentencing. We'll get you the exact dates in a scheduling order. Is there a motion on behalf of the state?
Your Honor, the state would move to have the court revoke the defendant's bail and remand him into custody pending sentencing.
Bail is revoked, bond is discharged, and the defendant is remanded to the custody of the Hennepin County Sheriff. Anything further?
All
All right. Thank you.
Derick Chauvin, convicted on all 3 counts, guilty of second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter in the death of George Floyd, and leaving the courtroom in handcuffs.
We're adjourned.
Chauvin remanded in the custody of the sheriff in anticipation of his sentencing now 8 weeks from now. We want to go right to NBC's Gabe Gutierrez outside the courthouse. Gabe, describe the reaction.
Lester, just
we are following breaking news out of Minneapolis as Derick Chauvin has been found guilty on all charges. The verdict just being read by Judge Peter Cahill. Second-degree unintentional murder, he was found guilty. Third-degree murder, guilty. Second-degree manslaughter, he was found guilty. And now just to break this down a little bit, we will not be seeing a sentencing today. This we know. Second-degree unintentional murder was the heaviest charge he was facing. Essentially, this does carry up to 40 years in prison. And again, we won't know how the sentencing all plays out for at least a few weeks. Third-degree murder, again, that has a max of 25 years, so we'll be keeping an eye out for that. And then second-degree manslaughter is carrying a charge of up to 10 years. And you're getting a look, again, Minneapolis to the left there on your screen, where you are seeing that crowds have gathered. Just a couple dozen a few moments ago, we're seeing it expand, as you can see, expand and grow. What we know is that police have placed concrete barriers near police headquarters. Windows have been boarded up in downtown Minneapolis, and so this is something that, Minneapolis police have been preparing for quite some time. Again, here's the charges against Chauvin. This is what has just come down. He is guilty for all 3. Second-degree murder, which is intentionally assaulting Floyd, and unintentionally causing murder. Something I did want to note here is that, all of these are separate charges, and so he could have been convicted of all, some, or none, and he was found to be guilty of all of these